This video right here is MSNBC's worst nightmare. You are not going to want to miss this.
So here we go, we got yet again another controversy. The left is real mad. Mad at what exactly, you ask? Well, you know, the usual. The left is mad that a biracial man has a different opinion from them. As we know, the leftoids believe this to be illegal. The inclusive, anti-racist left has a real hard time with ideological diversity within certain groups of people. A really interesting scenario we got here. After Kamala Harris's CNN interview, MSNBC decided to do a focus group, and one of the individuals on the panel happened to be a black conservative, and apparently, according to leftoids, that's unacceptable. And supposedly the man infiltrated the focus group, because apparently you're not allowed to be a pro-Trump individual in a focus group giving your opinion. Yeah, real interesting take, but if that's the stance that leftoids want to take, then sure, let's run with it. Absolute base Chad. Oh, he infiltrated the MSNBC focus group, I guess to spread red pills to the masses. Let's have a conversation about it. The left is offended by it. I think it's a good thing. In fact, I think it provides a little bit of ideological balance where it doesn't exist at MSNBC. Let me show you guys exactly what happened. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so the leftoid accounts are real pissed about this. A member of MSNBC focus group of mixed race voters attacked Vice President Kamala Harris over her race, but it turns out that Abdul Ali is a GOP congressional candidate and pro-Trump podcaster. Ooh.
Raise your hand if you are a Republican, Democrat, an independent. Does the way that you identify racially impact your politics, or specifically how you plan to vote this election?
Absolutely.
How so?
I'm not going to lend my support behind someone who does not support people who look like me.
I don't think he sees me as who I am.
Former President Donald Trump.
Yes.
And what about the rest of you?
I just don't think that Kamala Harris has anything vested in the air finger quote black or Hispanic experience in so much as it would be identified by anybody that lives in those communities.
You're saying you don't think that she can help black or brown people?
No, I mean, going to Howard don't make you black.
A conversation that quickly turned to this moment in a July interview at the National Association of Black Journalists.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
What did you think when you heard those comments?
Highly offensive. I mean, I think probably every multiracial, mixed race, biracial person has had the experience of someone else telling them that they are not something enough. I think it's kind of triggering, right?
I think it is impossible to be biracial in America. And I think that it requires that you're covering all bases at all times. And it requires constant recognition of both identities. And I think when Donald Trump says stuff like that about Kamala Harris and implies that she's like picking a race for political advantage, it's tapping into an incredibly familiar sentiment that I think everyone on this panel can understand.
Marie and Abdul, as Trump supporters, when you heard that comment, as mixed people, how did it register with you?
Well, my first thought was, that wasn't very well thought out. At the same time, though, when I heard it, I didn't hear it as an attack on blacks or Indians. I heard it more so of him commenting towards identity politics and the appeal that some take to play up one side of their race over the other.
Abdul, I see you nodding your head.
I agreed with him. I didn't know she identified as black because everything I saw was first South Asian, first Indian. There's none of that identified as black.
Regardless of her parents, I mean, she was born in this country, and she identifies as a black person in this country in an American way, in a uniquely American context.
I've never heard her identify herself as a black woman.
She said multiple times she's a black woman.
I've never heard it.
But I'm black.
Yes.
And I'm proud of being black.
Politics.
I should note that one of the gentlemen we spoke to there, Abdul Ali, is currently a Republican candidate for North Carolina's 12th congressional district. His opponent is Representative Alma Adams, who was elected back in 2014. But
Did you notice there were 2 independents, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans? They wanted it to seem like they were getting an opinion from all of the spectrums across America. But in reality, they didn't want to hear that. The moment that this man spoke up and he was speaking sense, they were like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Because the fact of the matter is, this is a big issue. If Kamala Harris spends her entire time in Washington, D.C., claiming that she is Indian descent, but then deciding, no, I'm African American, completely changing her stance on a dime only because it will expedite her political career. That needs to be called out. You need to be extremely transparent. People have to feel like they know you. They have to be able to trust you. And if you are so willing to change something so important, such as your heritage, on a dime like that, then what else will you lie about?
That you have a black man here who was present on a panel and had a different opinion than you're emotionally comfortable with handling? What exactly is the suggestion? That conservative black people not be included in the public conversation? That it's somehow wrong to include them in focus groups? Give me a frickin' break. The reality is, black conservatives exist, and this is a reality that leftoids ought to get used to and used to quick, because guess what?
It's growing by the day.
There's more and more of them by the day as your insane policies continue to push black men away from the Democrat Party. You know, I don't know if leftoids realize, but this focus group wasn't a focus group of undecided voters, people pretending to be nonpartisan or on the fence, independents who don't know who they're going to vote for. It was simply a group of mixed-race voters giving their opinions. And yeah, the reality is there's people who have different opinions that you might not agree with, and those people ought to be represented. But of course, the Democrat view is that he's a Republican GOP shill that was sent to attack Kamala Harris. What an absurd statement. He was sent to push the party talking points. No, he wasn't. He's a man who ran his own congressional bid for office, who happens to do a political podcast where he gives a right-wing opinion. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, like I said earlier, I think this was a breath of fresh air. Finally, an opposing view was represented on MSNBC, and his view in particular is a relevant view. It's not just a Republican attack line that one of Trump's minions is pushing as he's infiltrated this focus group. No, it's actually a very popular, pervasive view that a lot of people share.
What do you guys think about Kamala?
It'll be cool.
She's terrible. If she comes into office, it will be done.
It'll be cool to see a female black, you know, she's half black, not fully black, but it'll be cool to see a black president,
Western Indian,
female black president, but I'm definitely voting for Trump.
Let me tell you something. She tries to get the black vote because if you look at her past things and maybe 10, 15 years ago when she's in interviews, she identifies as West Indian.
She does.
The only way that she's identified as African American is right now, right now, because she wants the voters, but she doesn't give a fuck. Because where was she at in these past 4 years and she's vice president? What has she done for us?
She have not.
Can
done
you
shit.
say one thing that
I didn't even know she was the vice president?
Can we say what she has done?
Let's go, Trump.
And I am going to stand on Trump, and I'm so sorry if that may ruffle people's feathers, but I have done my own research, and Trump has done a lot for us, more than what the media tries to portray. They're getting all our favorite rappers. They're having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and all of that to gain, because they think that that's going to make us vote for them, and that's not.
And that never got my vote.
And that will never get my vote. And I'm going to stand on that. Twerking
did
and
not get my vote.
Meg Thee Stallion, first off, the song that she was even saying is very ignorant.
What a sight to see. I love this. I love people are waking up to the left and the Democrats' propaganda more and more each passing day. Because the fact of the matter is, what has Kamala Harris done to improve anyone's life here? And the fact is, it's not that much. And she's been in office for the past 4 years. America has never been in a worse position than it is today. The reason why her heritage is so important is because this is actually going to swing millions of voters, whether we like it or not. There's going to be millions of people voting for Kamala just because they think that she's African American. They're going to vote for her. Not anything to do with policy. That's what's wrong with America. We should view the candidates in a completely colorblind fashion. You only listen to their policy, not their personality, not where they were raised, not what race their uncle is. We should judge them based on their policy and only vote in regards to that. In 2020, people were still drinking the Kool-Aid. They thought Trump was a racist. But I think people are starting to wake up to the fact that that is all propaganda and lies. Donald Trump is a good man, and he only wants the best for America, and people are starting to see that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Do you think there's a chance that Donald Trump could win the African American vote come November? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.